My husband was very sad for me. He's like, but you did so much work on that. That was like 40 hours. I'm like, uh-huh. Yep, but that's another 40 hours I get to do again. Yay. Hello, welcome back to Knit Away the Anxiety Podcast. My name is Marissa. Anxiety is a little higher this week in general, but we'll get to that later. Bit of a shorter episode, not a whole lot going on. I also don't have a lot of time to film today because I got a party to get to, but I'll try and make this quick. So I don't have like any admin stuff other than the usual. Like, if you like the video, please click the like button, subscribe, leave me a comment. I love seeing all the little comments you guys leave me. It's super great, and all your opinions on everything are awesome. I love them. So let's get started. So I have one FO today, and sadly just one. There were some things that happened and things did not go well with other things. So, but anyway, here is the first FO. Here's the one and only FO. It's the sock yarn cowl by Noble Knits, and that I did out of the Forbidden Fiber Co.'s Fortitude mini set in the Hermione colors. So there's all those colors. Great way to use up scraps, I will admit. Like, this is the fourth cowl I think I've done this year already, and I really like it. It's so freaking simple. It makes things so easy, and this will go in my gift pile or charity pile. Like, I don't even know. Pattern link will be in the description below. So the details on that, like I said, it's a sock yarn cowl by Noble Knits. The link for that will be down below. I did that out of Forbidden Fiber Co.'s Fortitude base, which I think is a 7525. I don't have it written down for some reason. In the Hermione mini set. And I did that on a US 5 or 3.75 millimeter needle. And that's the only FO I had. I only had the one. There were some things that happened with things that yeah. We're gonna get into that now. So the first whip is the Garter Eyelet, which has taken a turn for the worst. I'm so sad. I'm so sad, guys. I'm so sad. So you know how I said, oh yeah, maybe I'll be done by this time I record this episode? No. I had to tear out everything until my lifeline. So I'm back to this bunch of bull. It's a mid-row. I'm not even gonna, I'm just so sad. So what ended up happening was I literally got down to I think the last 6 mini skeins that I had done. Like, I had my husband picking them out and everything, and he picked out the final 4, and I was working on number 5 of 6, and I was like, I don't feel like I have enough stitches that this is not going to use up all of these remaining 6 balls. And I went and did some checking against where I cast it on and everything, and no, it wasn't gonna work. I had easily 3.5 balls that were not going to be used if I continued on the way I was going. So I have completely pulled out to the point of decreasing, and I'm adding another 6 stripes, 6.5, 7 stripes worth of just straight edges, and then I will begin the decreases. So that was, my husband was very sad for me. He's like, but you did so much work on that. That was 40 hours. I'm like, uh-huh. Yep, but that's another 40 hours I get to do again. Yay. Don't get me wrong, I love knitting. I'm loving the project. It's really fun picking all the colors and everything. It was really frustrating to undo the yarn. I attempted at one point to actually separate the mini skeins from the full skeins. Bad idea. Don't ever do that. Even if you have 2 ball winders, don't do that. Just wind it all as one ball. Otherwise you will want to. It was bad. So I ended up, actually I can show you that at least. I ended up taking all the balls and winding them into just mega balls. So that I can, so I have 3 mega balls, and then 4 mini skeins and a full skein left. So I think it's probably going to easily be another month and a half until this is actually done, which sucks. Especially because summer is about here and it's going to get really hot, and I'm not going to want to have a wool blanket on my lap. So we might go into hibernation. I don't know. We will see. Like, we'll see how I'm feeling. I guess I should move my marker if I can even find it. There it is. Oof. Oof. This is painful. Like, this is painful. This was a painful one to do. But my husband was literally asking me, like, why? Why can't you just not use the yarn? And I had to explain to him, just like, well, there are colors that I have not used because of the sequence that we've selected, and I want to use all of them because I want all 5,600 yards of yarn out of my stash. I want it out. And I'm willing to re-knit the damn thing 50 billion times if it means I use all the yarn I planned for it, because it'll be out of my stash. So, yeah. So that was the Garter Eyelet blanket. This is inspired by Helen Stewart's Habitation throw. All that is a mix of Sewrella yarns and her classic and nylon bases. Just a random mix of one-off mini skeins and full skeins. Doing that on US 8 or 5mm needle. So yeah. I'm not too happy about that one, guys. I'm really not, but it is what it is. The next one is the Groove Shawl Light. Again, like that last week, minimal progress on this one, but we're getting there. Oh, I didn't realize there's this big yellow splotch. Another big yellow splotch. Oh no. I think I'm gonna have to tear that out too, because that's gonna drive me crazy. Just having those really big splotches, that's gonna drive me. Yep, I'm gonna have to. It's not my week, guys. It's just not my week. I already had to tear out an entire project that I had started because I was unhappy with how the yarn was going. The color changes were going. Like, it is not my week. But yeah, so that's the Groove Light shawl. I will be probably tearing it out back to where I was and redoing all of this to fix that because I don't like it. I know some people like the color pooling. I don't want a bunch of yellow spots all over. That's gonna bother me. Like, I can barely accept this like flowery thing that's happening after I fixed the previous pooling. Which in retrospect, like, the pooling is not as obvious when I'm just looking at it. It's more obvious in the camera. So, but that yellow spot is really gonna bother me. So, gonna have to fix that. So that is the Groove Shawl Light by Sarah Opie. Been doing that out of Stock Obsession Yarns Doctor Who Cut the Ear Off color in their 75-25 base. I'm doing that on a US 6 or 4mm needle. And then the next one, which had some major progress, thank God, was the Learn to Knit a Log Cabin blanket. I had finished the center of a square last time you saw it. So here's a finished square. I think this is square B. No, this might be square A. I think it might be A. That's one finished square. Another finished square. And then I have the beginnings of another one. I wound a whole bunch of smaller balls of the yarn so I could more easily transport this project back to work. So I could do more on it, and my little ball is dead, so I need to add more in order to finish the square. But yeah, so I completed 2 freaking squares, which is awesome. So that means I have 4 now, I think? Yeah, because I'm kind of bundling them in groups of 2. So there's the first 2, and there's the next 2. Wow, so I have 4 squares done now. That is nice. That is definitely nice to have more squares done. Put my little marker on this square. Might have another 2 done by next time. No, the rate I'm going, if I keep doing like 2 every other week or 1 every week, I might actually have this done in time for Christmas for my husband's birthday. Because fun fact, my husband was actually like a couple of days before Christmas baby. So that's, I'm happy with how that's going. I'm gonna probably pull some more yarn for that if I decide to take this with me to the party, which I might do, just because I need something to distract me from the babies everywhere. There's gonna be so many kids everywhere. Oh my god. Uh, but so that's the, where in the hell am I think? There it is. That's the Learn to Knit and the Log Cabin Blanket by Staci Perry. Doing that out of Lion Brand Pound of Love in the colors Black, Chocolate, Sleet, Cadet, Oxford Gray, and Denim Blue. And I'm doing that on a US 8 or 5mm needle. Okay, and the last one is so close, guys. It's so close. So last time we talked about Gingham and Daisies came out of hibernation. Being very, very careful with that one so I do not upset the tendinitis. And there is currently yarn attached to it, so please forgive me. I am almost done with joining all of the squares. Ta-da! So I've got a couple of rows over here that I need to connect going in this direction, but in terms of the horizontal, they're all connected. It's really freaking pretty. It's huge though, but that's what I wanted. I wanted a big blanket because I like to give people big blankets, and this is a very big, very cute baby blanket. It's got a lot of ends along the edges, which will hopefully be crocheted over when I do the border. So yeah, I'm super happy with how this came out. I might block it before I do the border just to make sure everything's all crisp for the border, but we shall see. So that one is making really good progress. I hope that one will be done by next episode. It'd be really nice if I could, because I'm so close to the join being done, and then I just have the border. I'm so close on it. Oh my god. I can taste it. I'm so close. So that is the Gingham and Daisies Baby Blanket by Catherine McLean. And I'm doing that out of Lion Brand Wool Ease, which is an 80 acrylic, 20 merino, or 20 wool. Good lord, I can't talk. And I'm doing that out of the colors Fisherman, Dark Rose Heather, and a little bit of the Loops and Threads Impeccable in the color Lemon for the center of the daisies. And I'm doing that on a US H or 5mm hook. Hibernating stuff, 6 Day Superstar is in hibernation. It will likely stay there inevitably. Like, I think after Gingham and Daisies, I'm going to have to take a serious break from anything crochet related, or at least anything that's extensive crochet, because my wrist just cannot handle it. I do not want to lose the ability to do anything. So that's going to stay in hibernation. No new cast-ons. Like I said, I had started something, but I was really unhappy with how this color sequence was working up. So I've frogged it. I'm not even going to show you what the colors were. Like, it was just not happy with it. It's one of those, it's supposed to be another soft yarn cowl that my little spinner said, oh, do this yarn combination, and I wasn't super happy with the combination, how it was working up, and I started it on a whim because I needed something to watch to work on during a movie, and it was just a bad idea. So that one's poof, gone. I pulled another ball to do another sock yarn cowl that hopefully will work. Just a simple 50-gram ball. So hopefully that'll be enough to get me through this party, along with maybe this other project. So acquisitions, no acquisitions this week. I was good. I don't think I'm going to be doing any acquisitions for a while. Like, I'm not, since I'm focusing so much on using up my stash, I'm actually not like actively searching for yarn. Like, even on the days where like I leave work early for an appointment and I have a couple hours before I have to go back and get my husband from work, I don't really go to Michael's anymore. Obviously Joann's is dead, rip. But like, I don't find myself like seeking out yarn. Like, even if I see it on my Instagram feed, I'm like, oh, that's pretty, and that's kind of it. I feel like I may have like satisfied the secondary hobby of being a knitter, you know, the whole yarn collecting thing. I think a lot of my focus right now is just on getting projects done and getting yarn out of my stash and actually using all the pretties I have. Like, I have this gorgeous wall, as you guys have seen from their stash video, and it's like, I want to use the yarn. I don't want to buy any more yarn right now, which is a miracle for me. So no acquisitions, but I am negative 64 grams because of that sock yarn cowl. So yay, negative. So content warning, we are now moving into the weight loss and anxiety stuff. Weight loss is still very stalled. I'm still very much hovering around the 250, 251 mark, which does mean I have officially lost 40 pounds. So that's over a third of my goal. which is good. I'm proud of that. I'm really proud of maintaining that, because I've kind of been in that 35 to 40 pound mark or area for, I want to say, like 9 months now. I think since like October or November, I've just been in that 35 to 40 pounds. Like I haven't really gone above 255, but I haven't dropped below 250. Like I'm just kind of hovering in that space right now, and that's, I'm still calorie tracking. I'm obviously walking more. I'm starting to walk because the observance anxiety from the gym and everything is kind of keeping me out of the gym. Working on that with my therapist in the future here. So, but I'm actively attempting to go on walks 3 to 4 times a week as per my nutritionist recommendation. Like I'm doing like a 40-minute walk a couple times a day, a couple times a week. And I like those walks. Like it's really nice. I'm trying to pull my husband into doing longer walks with me, but I'll take the short little walks that he can give me when he gets home from work for now. Something's better than nothing in his regard. But that's kind of it on the weight side of things. I'm really trying to focus on the non-scale victory stuff, because that's really important. Like, yeah, the scale is a good measurement, and like photos and actual body measurements are really good to check like how your body composition is changing. But ultimately, the non-scale victories are the biggest deal. Like, the biggest one I literally told my nutritionist about the other day was that my husband, like last week or a week before, I was just kind of sitting on the couch, and my husband made a comment about, "You look insanely small right now," and I didn't believe him. So he took a picture, and then found a picture from a little over a year ago and put them side by side, and I about shit myself, because it was a night and day. It was a major difference in just the like how I carried myself, and the look on my face, like the structure of my face was night and day. It was insane. And I hadn't actually like really seen that in photos. I'm not the greatest about actively taking photos of myself to show my body composition changes and like my milestones, but seeing that and knowing that along with the 40 pounds and seeing that change, and then knowing that I've gotten into a really small size pant for the first time in my life. I like, at least that I can remember. Like my waist and hips have not been this small since I was a teenager, like early teens. So, but the funny thing is that I weigh as much as I did when I got married, but it's muscle now. Like more and more of it is muscle, and less of it is fat. My body composition is changing in a good way, and that's what I need to focus on. In order to be happy with the progress, I also need to be patient with the progress. Patience when it comes to this is really hard for me. I'm not a patient person. As I said before, I'm really not. Like, patience has grown over the years, but I am, in general, not a patient person. In regards to the anxiety stuff, things have not been super great. I, in the last few months, have kind of been... In full disclosure, I've been battling suicidal ideations and thoughts like that, and it's this past week or so it's gotten worse, and I am planning to increase my like how frequently I see my therapist because of it. This is not something I've ever experienced before in my life, and I know I'm grateful to have not experienced it up till now, but it is terrifying. And I mean, I have my husband who sadly experiences depression and suicidal thoughts all the time. So he's really familiar with how it feels, and obviously it scares him. It scares me. Like, it scares me shitless. But at the same time, it's like, it'd be easier if it's just it'd be easier. It's just the easier, it'd be easier thoughts, and that's not okay. Or it's okay, but it's not the best for, mental health, and that's important. So I'm gonna be increasing how frequently I see my therapist here, so that her and I can focus on that, and so we can work through that and the gym issues and the working out issues. And I mean, I've been at this for a year now, and something happened in the last year, and it's made it so I can't just lock in and do the things I want to do right now. And I think it's the stress of work, because like I said before, I've never experienced a stress like this in my life, and it's a lot, and it's causing a lot of really nasty bad thoughts a lot of the time, like, and it's causing a lot of anger. Like I drive up to the office and I'm instantly like a level 8 angry. Like the littlest thing sets me off every day. Does not matter where I am on my cycle, doesn't matter any of that. Like, and granted, I'm fairly certain that I either have or am developing PMDD or premenstrual dysphoria disorder. So I do, like, I have major fluctuations in PMS times 10 when I am extra hormonal, but like, this is every day. Every day it is stress, it is anxiety, it is anger on a different fucking level. And I've been an angry person for a lot of my life, and I've worked really hard over the last decade to not be so angry, because like my early 20s, I was such an angry person. And like, I know people who know me would say that I'm not really an angry person, I'm just passionate. But this is different. This is a level of anger that is debilitating and makes it really hard for me to do my job and function without nearly slicing someone's head off. Like, it is not good. And I think that's contributing to the suicidal thoughts, which is not okay. It's not safe, and I don't want that. I really don't. So, more therapy. More therapy is needed. And like, I know it's confusing. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm smiling and making jokes, and it's like, that's right now the only way I can really think to kind of deal with it, because this isn't something I've ever dealt with before. And sadly, I'm not the kind of person that when they are in a low space that just kind of curls up into a ball and lays in bed all day. I'm just not. I'm very much a masker. I mask the pain a lot. The only person who doesn't get the mask is my husband, because he's the safest person I feel. He's the person I feel safest with. But like, everyone else in my life, except I think except with the exception of my husband, my brother, and my 2 best friends who watch, I think, they, like, everyone else gets the mask. Everyone else does, and that's not exactly helpful when you're struggling. And I'm trying to open up about it and be honest about it with the people that I do trust at work, the people that I know are not going to just like go to HR or go to my boss, who's not going to fucking help a thing and is definitely part of the problem. But it's, yeah. In general, I'm just feeling a lot of anger at the job, and kind of at myself, because it's frustrating. Like, not being able to control something about myself is really frustrating. Not being able to, like, I am a control freak. I have been from the get-go. Yay trauma. But this is something I'm really struggling to control, and that is really fucking frustrating. So in an effort to be a better person, I'm seeking out the people who can help me, i.e. my therapist, my husband, the support system that I do have in person, and I'm endeavoring to try and see my friends more so that I don't feel so isolated. Like, my husband started doing a monthly D&D thing, so on the same days he's doing D&D, I'm trying to get a going to dinner with drinks with my girlfriends, so that I don't feel so alone. And because I know that they know what it feels like. Like, one of my really good friends had terrible postpartum PPD, like really, really bad PPD, and we, for a moment, thought that we were gonna lose her because it was that bad. So, like, and my other friend also CPTSD and anxiety, just like me. Like, neurospices flock together. So the 3 of us, just a little trio of just trauma and anger and angst, and but also support. And that's why I trust the 2 of them more than anything, because I know that they understand it, and that's really important, as I'm finding out. Like, I think the big thing I'm taking away from all of this is that I can't do it on my own, and I have to actually seek out those who have the experience and the knowledge and how to deal with it, which is really hard for me. I don't like asking for help. I'm really bad at it. But I'm getting better because I know I have to. Because otherwise things are not going to go so well, and that's not okay. So I'm hoping that with increased therapy, things will get better. And I have to remind myself, like I was telling my nutritionist when I saw her the other day, that August is my light at the end of the tunnel. As soon as this system goes live, all that stress will be just gone. It'll be a different level of stress because I will be in a different department, different situation. I will not have to deal with the same job anymore. Because for the record, it's not the company, it's not the people I work with. It is specifically the job. Specifically the job I have to do that is taking it all out of me. And the manager that comes with the department. Shocker. Bad management leads to terrible work experiences. But I'm hoping that with that change at the end, that light at the end of the tunnel, and more therapy and talking and all of that it'll get better, and come fall, I will be in a much better place and will be myself, or more myself, be better in touch with myself, and have more tools to deal when these thoughts come up. So I guess the little bit that I'm going to leave you with today is, if you're struggling, seek someone out, please. Like, you deserve to be here. I deserve to be here. You deserve to be here. So if you have support, if you have someone that you feel safe with, talk to them. If you're like me and you struggle with burdening people with your issues, then my advice is to ask them if they have the capacity to hear some hard stuff, and if they are in a headspace where they can at least listen and lend you an ear. If not, then if they can't communicate with you that they are not in that space at this moment, but that they will sit with you in silence, then that's better than nothing. If you don't have that, there are hotlines that you can call. I haven't had to call one, but I know there are hotlines for it. I would greatly encourage you to do so. Just reach out to people and go outside. Like I said a couple weeks ago, going outside is really good when your brain is really mean. I feel like being outside is part of what's helping me right now. Going outside is helping, and actually enjoying, or attempting to enjoy and be present in the moment instead of worrying about the past or the future. Being present really helps. So I'd highly encourage you to do that, and hug your loved ones, hug your pets, seek comfort where you can find it, and we will get through this together. We'll get through it together. So that's all I have. So until next time, I guess I will see you guys next time. Bye.